Again, remember, you have to serve the ball to score a point. If not, it's called side out, and the other team gets the service and tries to score. And there's the nice bump. And then Buter has had the hot hand, and she finds that left corner down the line.
Again, this is a strategy that I think is going to be detrimental to the Simic Montoya team. Christina Barag is one of those young women that can put the ball up in a good hitting zone from anywhere. You've got to start attacking maybe the stronger player in terms of knowledge.
Good strong serve. It's back to Montoya. Montoya sets, tries to find the corner. That's just long. And that'll be a point for Barag and Buter as they will change sides here. It is 3-2 in favor of the home team. That is the green squad. That's Barag and Buter. And they will switch now. They will go from our right to left. Again, Dave Ryder, Patrick Dietz, the PCTV Network Sports, bringing you the 21st annual Pottstown Rumble women's semifinal. Barag with the serve. Back to Semic. And a nice play. She cross-court slam to the back corner.
And Svetlana was an all-conference athlete at LIU Brooklyn. She actually played two positions at LIU Brooklyn. She played libero, which is the defensive specialist, a person who never has to serve, never has to hit, never has to see the front row for a couple of years. And then she also had to be an outside hitter, which is what she's doing right now, passing, transitioning, and hitting a good ball.
Good solid serve into the back, and there's Barag doing a nice job. And again, Christina, you mentioned not the tallest girl on the floor, but did a nice job that time finding that opening with a good solid hit. And she is an athletic young woman. She's an athletic young woman. Here she comes. She's great pass. Buter does a great job to find a way to get that ball to her, and then the chop shot. She drops the thumb and hits it inside out for a good point. Back to Montoya. She tries to slam, and there it is. Again, really good set that time by Simic, and then of course Montoya with the kill. It's gonna be this kind of game. Honestly, it's gonna be back and forth until someone can establish at least 2-3 point lead where they're not dominating. Fatigue's gonna become a factor. Montoya. And that one is long as Montoya. Again, we talked about the conditions being very well, but there is a slight breeze there, and that one might have caught the wind, and it went a little bit long as it is side out now. Barag will have the service. She's probably going to look to drop this on Montoya.
Was on the line. Montoya chose to get it.
Nice save.
Popped up by Barag. Barag was quite deep in the play.
Barag tried to slide in there and bring it backwards, but just couldn't get it, and that'll be side out to Semic. I'm a little worried about the strategy that Buter and Barag are using. They're serving Montoya, but not blocking her. And there's a good serve by Semic as that ball gets up into the body of Kristen Buter. And that'll be a point for the red team, which is the guests, the visitors, if you will. And they are technically visitors. Okay. They're all visitors here to Pottstown. And that is correct. This has been a great thing for a lot of years. I mean, we talk about traditions that we have in Pottstown with the fireworks at the 4th of July and the Halloween parade and high school football and Thanksgiving Day. And this is just another one of those traditions that they have in Pottstown as Semic tries to dive and save it. That was a great swing by Buter. Montoya was in the right spot, but the ball got caught in a bad area on her body and wasn't able to control it. And Semic hustled really well, but that was just a difficult ball to get to. As you mentioned, they're serving the ball to Montoya now as they've changed their strategy. And there's Barag, tries to get it over the net, just can't reach. And that's another one of those, we're going to grind it out points. I'm going to come up to block you, but then I'm going to peel off, and I know you're going to hit it right into me, and that's exactly what Christina. That's veteran leadership right there. That's knowledge of the court. Pottstown uses the old traditional courts, 29 by 29, compared to the beach game now, which uses a court that's slightly smaller, maybe 27 and a half, almost 28 feet all the way around. So it's a great equalizer having that large court. And there's Buter again with the slam. And she's hitting about 700 right now. Yeah, she's on point, no doubt about it. And here is Christina Barag with the black bandana on there. She's going to serve. 3-3 is still the score as it's been going back and forth. These two teams have really done a nice job of trying to get a beat on one another. And there will be a point for the red squad.
That was a great serve by Barag. She pushed Montoya to the left to the deep corner again. Larger court, and a lot of these outdoor people are used to playing the smaller court where it's easier to pass, less movement. So with the larger court, you've got to chase a little further.
Barag service. Montoya
There's
with the
that
pop.
dink
Barag
again.
on
Montoya was successful with it earlier, but Barag did a nice job. And there she goes on the second hit as she takes it early, and on a two-hitter, and that's Svetlana Semic did a nice job with the kill.
And again, the reason that happened is this time Montoya saw the shot, Barag read the shot, but she wasn't able to transition because it was a much harder ball to transition off of. Montoya got an easy ball, put it nice and high for Semic, and she hit a smart shot. Nice and hard off the block.
And Semic serving at 3-4. And here comes Buter, though, doing a heck of a job. Montoya went and got a half of a block, but knocked it down, and that'll be side out for Barag and Buter.
Now Montoya's going to come up late. She's going to see that. She's going to come up late, and Buter, knowing that, hits that hard seam, getting that hand that's way off the net.
There's the jump serve, and there's the bump. Back to Montoya. And she finds an opening between the two girls.
Now that's easy to see. What happened right there is, again, Barag charged the net to make it look like she was gonna block, and then Montoya shortened her approach so that she could see what Barag is gonna do, and then hit a hard shot in between the two people who were peeling away from the net, making it difficult. It's called the hubby wife, trying to see who's gonna pass it.
And there's a good serve by Montoya as they are able to tie this match up at 4-4 with a good slicing serve that just caught Barag off key there a little bit, and she couldn't get the dig.
This is probably gonna be the switch. We were talking about the switch in their strategy. Now they're gonna start serving Barag, force her to side out, and make some points.
There's the Buter. There's the bump. Oh, and a nice little cut shot there by Buter.
Such a smart cut shot. Such a smart little cut shot. Dropping the shoulder, turning the thumb down. And Montoya was in the right spot but misread the ball. Watch how she gets there. Barag's going to put up a great ball. Watch how she turns her wrist. Boom, last minute. Right into the corner. Right into that sharp corner.
And a good strong serve that time by Barag, but Simic did a nice job. There's the bump. She tries to find that opening, but Montoya is right there.
That's the transition game right there. Both Semic and Montoya play that relaxed transition game where they're in a, when I say relaxed, they play off the net and they read to see where you're going to go, and now the two of them move congruently with each other so that they can always be in the right spot to help each other out.
Okay, Semic with the side out with the nice long serve there, but Barag is right there. Oh, man. As Barag did a nice job there. We mentioned that she's not the tallest girl out there, but she got good elevation that time and slammed it home.
She has a very quick wrist and a very quick arm swing, so she's able to put that ball down. Even if she's off the net a little bit, she might not get up very high, but she sure can find the court.
You know, we talked about fatigue being a part of this game, and again, with these long rallies and a lot of side outs, not a lot of points being scored yet. This game is really going to wear on you fatigue-wise, and there you see Buter with sort of a tired serve, if you will.
And the reason is that, like you said, Dave, her body's starting to give a little bit, so her arm dropped, the toss was a little low, it was a jump serve, and it hit the middle of the net.
Montoya, Barag defensively just puts it back into play.
Back to Semic. Oh, that's long.
But
did we have touch?
Buter touched it.
Okay.
Buter touched it. Did she get a touch? Let's see. Let's see. Here comes the set. Semic goes, yep. A small, maybe a minuscule touch.
Fingernail.
Fingernail.
Fingernail. Get those things clipped.
Nope.
No. She
no
said
touch.
no.
No touch.
She said no touch. Okay.
We stand corrected. News guys are wrong.
Barag service. Montoya pops up. Looks. Oh, the little pop. Oh, Barag.
And a nice little dink there again. There's the poke by Montoya. She's really got that down. She's had a couple nice ones tonight.
And again, watch her approach. She's actually starting to move before the set and get closer to the net so that she can jump and see where the defenders are moving. It's a really great switching strategy right there.
Ooh. And that set was a little bit strong. And what a block that time by Buter. Buter did a real nice job, put it right back at Semic and caught her off guard there a little bit. And that'll be side out for Kristen Buter.
Buter did a smart thing right there. She held on her block, waited for Simic to make a shot before she jumped into the ball.
Oh, yeah, these girls really can spank them. That was a nice cross-court spike to the back corner. Side out again now for Sandra Montoya.
And Simic did the exact opposite this time. She actually went harder, faster to find that court, forced Buter to jump early, and Barag and Buter went in the same direction. She hit the other way.
Buter gets it back.
Good recovery, and there's a piece, but that'll be side out to Christina Barag.
That's a side out.
We've been stuck at 4-4 here now for quite a few minutes here.
This is going to be one of those grind-out games, and I will say this. I think it actually does work in Buter and Barag's favor because they're a grind-out team. They're going to play defense. They're going to touch every ball. They're going to chase down every ball and try to force Simic and Montoya to play a bad ball.
Barag. Nice. Oh, that looks long. I'm sorry.
Out-served by Barag. That doesn't happen a lot. She generally gets what we know the tick serve, where it ticks the back of the line and gets a nice little ace, and you get dejected because you think it's out.
Well, and I like the fact that these players make their calls too. Side out now to Kristen Buter. Buter will be the service. There's the bump to Semic with the slam, and a near save by Barag. She was a little upset with herself as she almost made the play.
I hate to call out Christina's play. I don't like what we call putting someone on blast. What Christina did was she charged the ball. See how she has her hands up? She was actually trying to redirect the ball into the deep corner because both players were at the net. Would have scored her a point.
Still 4-4 as Buter goes up with the spike. And again, side out now. We'll go back to Kristen.
Now, I've mentioned this. The strategy is to serve Kristen Buter to tire her out because Christina Barag does have great shots and she's a very smart hitter. But it hasn't worked. They might want to change that strategy just a little bit.
Oop, and she's long again. That's 2 in a row for Christina. She's a little upset with her 1. Okay, 2 is not good. She's really disappointed with herself there. She's talking over with her partner, Kristen Buter.
That's the one thing you can control in volleyball. You can't control someone serving at you, but you can control serving at someone.
There's the bump. Here's the set and the hit.
There goes that tick of the line that I tell you Christina Barag is notorious for, finding that edge, finding that little bit of the line, and scoring a point for her team, and a great side out. You're going to see the line jump right here. She's going to drop her shoulder, boom. Watch the line jump, boom, right there. The line gives that little bit of a tick, and it's a great shot. It's a hard shot to hit, but once you've perfected it, it's part of your arsenal.
We got a little timeout in the action as we had to chase down the ball. They do a pretty nice job of lining the court with the banners for all the sponsors, and beautiful job for these banners as we see a lot of matches going on at the same time, and these are some of the semifinals for the girls as well. But they chased that ball down, and we're ready to resume action here at 4-4. Jump serve. There's the bump. Back to Montoya.
She wants to put it straight down and does.
And she
You're
finds
going to see
that
Montoya here. She held up on her arm swing. They're not blocking her. So Svetlana's just putting up a nice tight ball, and she's just nice and easy. Wrist it here, wrist it there, snap on the wrist, let the ball go down. You don't have to hit it very hard to get a point.
Nice set.
Oh, and Montoya comes flying up there trying to maintain the ball, but it goes out of bounds. And we'll have side out.
Christina gets up very well. Boom, straight down. That's almost 15, 16-foot line. And Christina's about 5'4", but can get up off the ground. She's got great athleticism.
There's Semic trying to set her up, and she tries to find that back corner and does. And just a good location play.
Now that's called a power poke. She goes up and shows the knuckle, which locks Christina Barag in an area thinking, oh, she's going to poke short. And because she sees her sitting in that cross court, she goes boop, deep and shoots it nice and flat, aiming for that deep corner straight down the line. And of course, you're in the point there.
Semic serving.
There's the serve, and there's an ace, our first ace of the evening.
That's called the hubby wife. You know, we always say call a lawyer because that ball is going to go right down the middle. I'm going to look at you. You're going to look at me. Are you? Oh, God, good Lord. We just got a. Oh, someone please get a. Here it goes. Nice. Watch the split. It's like watching the parting of the Red Sea. Look at them. They both move to each other, but no one gets the ball.
She tries to find that same spot again, but that time Peter did a nice job. And there's the cross court, but that is out. And looks like we have another point now for.
And that's the first error, but that's not an unforced error. That is a